I got my gallbladder out yesterday and it is very hard to talk because my voice keeps going in and out.
We're back to another video. Today's video is why am I wearing sunglasses?
It's Joanna and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be answering, do blind people?
Here are some signs you might need your gallbladder out. So on December 23rd, I went to the ER with extreme stomach pain. And my brother and dad were already there because my dad had a heart attack. I told them my symptoms, but before I got to the ER I called my brother and mom, but since it was so early nobody answered, so around 7 o'clock in the morning I got a call from both of them asking where I was and what happened.
So I have my voice back and it is currently day 4, but I'm gonna continue where I left off. So I told my mom after they called me. I told my mom what happened and why I was in the ER with extreme abdominal pain and chest pain and all of that. And then the ER staff did a ultrasound and they found at that time over 20 gallstones in my gallbladder and said that it was not urgent, but since it was giving me pain that they would recommend getting it out and seeing a specialist. So a few weeks later, time passed, and a few weeks later I went to see the specialist and she basically said the same thing. She said looking at me, she saw same symptoms basically, and extreme abdominal pain and to get it out because that was the best course of action. She said if I did not get it out that it would just keep coming back. It would go away, then come back, then go away, come back, which I had an issue in August that we think was my gallbladder, because the reason I left Louisiana, I don't know if any of you know that, but I went to Louisiana Center for the Blind and did not make it there more than a week because for very long, because I had medical issues and had to go home. But we're now thinking that's because I had the same symptoms, we're thinking that was gallbladder. And so yeah, I'm now on day 4. I got my gallbladder out on January, sorry I couldn't think, January 24th, 2024. The first few days I couldn't really, well, my voice would go in and out, so I would be speaking and I'd be speaking normally and it'd go, and it'd go, and like that's all you could really hear, and it just keep going. Sorry guys, it just keep going in and out like that, so I just decided to film the first part of this video with an AI voice, which hope you guys don't mind, but my regular voice has come back. As far as pain wise, I have pain, but it's not near as much. I'd say, which people think I'm crazy for this, but I'd say it's the worst pain of my life. And that's saying a lot because I've had everything from the waist down reconstructed because of cerebral palsy, and that was a lot of pain, but this was a lot more pain and worse pain, and having that go on for 5 months and have no idea or why it's happening is crazy. Like, I was telling one of the doctors, or I was telling someone the other day, I was like, so how often do you see gallbladder patients, or like patients that need to get their gallbladder out? And she's like, oh, that's like very common. Like we at least get a few a week, like a few a day, a few a week. And it's very common. It's a procedure, or it's a surgery that happens a lot. And so, so I'm surprised that the doctors that did see me when I went to the ER in August and urgent care in August did not look at my gallbladder once I said my stomach was hurting. And especially in that area, like if it was on the left side, yeah, sure, maybe like pain. Good. Sorry, guys. But pain goes, or travels from the right to the left. So maybe, maybe not. I don't know if they would have seen anything back in August, but more than likely they would have, because of the amount of pain I was in. And a lot of people just thought it was being away from home, and I've never really had a problem with being away from home. I've been away from home multiple times before, and I never really seemed to have a problem with that. So I don't know why I would start having a problem with that, but that's not to say that I couldn't have had a problem. But anyway, but yeah, it was gallstones, and by the time that I finally got the surgery, it had been a few months, and my gallbladder became septic to the point where I did cough up a little bit of blood. But I did have the flu a few weeks before getting my gallbladder removed, so that could have been it too. But also with a septic gallbladder, there's poison going through and through your body, and poison doesn't belong in your body. So you see the problem? Like, no poison. Like, there needs to be no poison in my body. And not to say anything, sorry, almost dropped the camera, but not to say anything bad about the hospital I went to, but this nurse was very, very rude when it came to asking me how I felt and why I was there. She said that I was wasting her time, and I told her that I had gallbladder issues and was hopefully getting my gallbladder out soon. And she said, well, what are you doing in the ER? Like, that's not gonna help you, which I understand that to a point, but like, I don't want to be in the ER. Like, if I go to the ER, it's because of something urgent. Like, and I've not had that much severe abdominal pain before. And I was out of pain medicine. And so my only other option was to go to the ER. And it was like at a rate, it was like 2 a.m. Like, who wants to go to the ER at 2 a.m? Like, or not, well, like, no, actually, that was when I got discharged. Never mind. So, like, the original time was, like, 11:30 at night. Like, I'm like, who wants to go to the ER at any time? But needless to say, who wants to go at 11? And so, like, for her to say, like, all the stuff, and then ask me why I'm here, and then after I stated why I was there, she said, oh, well, it's not gonna like make surgery come any faster. And then and then she said, I said, I know. And then she said, well, you can just go die at home because we don't have room for you. And I was like, okay. Like, for her to say that to anyone is disrespectful, but for her to say that to a patient that is currently in pain and was in a 20,000 level pain, like, that does not help the situation. And so that night was just weird because I was tired, I was hurting, I was out of pain medicine, I didn't want to be in the ER, there were a lot of people in the ER, but I got back within 5 minutes. But for her to say that just really ruined my mood. And because nobody wants to be in the ER, like, nobody wants to be there. We're all there because of something that happened, or something that went wrong, or something that needs to be fixed. We're not there because, we want to spend our free time just sitting in a waiting room for 8 hours. No, we're there to get help. We're there to get medical decisions made. We're there because someone in our family is dying. We're there to support one another. We're not there because we want to be there. Like, I hope she understands that. And for some, I'm not saying that all nurses are this way, but I'm saying, like, for that one specific nurse to go and say that was wrong. And if you're gonna be a nurse, like, don't do it for the money, do it for helping patients and getting them cured, and I don't do it for some other reason, not because of the money. I mean, do it because you like the people, not because you just want the money. And eventually I got my gallbladder out. It was a month from the it was exactly a month from Christmas Eve, which is when I went in to the ER with extreme pain that I couldn't bear. So, yeah, now I'm gonna tell you my symptoms just in case you think you might have something wrong with your gallbladder. Symptom number 1, extreme abdominal pain, just like a stomach ache starting out, but then quickly gets worse to a level 10. Number 2, hurting after eating, like hurting stomach after eating, fried meals, like really bad meals, like fast food will do it, and just food like that. But then it'll eventually go to all food. It won't just go to, like, it'll eventually go from fast food to all food. Then, let's see. Sweating, even, like, what I thought was really interesting was how I'd go from, like, super hot to super cold and back really quickly. So I'd feel like fine, and then I'd be sweating, and then I'd feel fine again. That's another thing that happens when you have gallbladder attacks. Another one is dehydration. Even after you drinking, I don't know. Sorry. Drank a lot of water. There we go. Drank a lot of water. This is because it goes right through. Like, if your gallbladder isn't working, it goes straight through. That's why after surgery they were like, be prepared and have a bathroom nearby, because you're gonna be going to the bathroom a lot. And then this one is extreme, but if it's septic, you can cough up blood if it's septic. If it's a normal case of just you need your gallbladder out, your pee will be brownish and sometimes even black, which I thought was extremely weird. I don't know. But yeah, that is one of the symptoms that can happen. It might not all these symptoms might not all happen, but some of them will. And you'll have pain like right here. And like this whole right side, you'll have pain. Like that whole right side right there, you'll have pain. And then on the left side as well. It's lower, so it's lower. It's not, I mean, it's just your whole right side. It's lower and upper, and you'll surprisingly even have chest pain. And you will have back pain and shoulder pain because everything's trying to tell you. The universe is trying to tell you, and your body's trying to tell you that your gallbladder needs out and that there's something wrong. What's another option? Or another thing I can say, avoid like soft drinks if you can during a gallbladder attack. They cause gallbladder attacks. And even after surgery, if you have to have surgery, avoid them. They're not a good go-to. Water is always good to go to. Applesauce is good. Avoid dairy products for sure. So what I did was I got a Smoothie King smoothie with almond milk, because almond milk isn't actually like dairy. This is what helped me. I hope that it helps you if you are in times of need with your gallbladder. Hope this never happens, because it's the worst pain of ever. I've heard one of my friends, or one of my teacher's friends, said it was worse than giving childbirth. If you find this helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button to help this channel out, and please tell your friends and family about this video, and hope you never have to get your gallbladder out, because it is a really hard time to have to go through that, and I hope you don't have to go through it. I went through it already, and let's just say I went through it for all of us. Bye, guys.